Okay, this tutorial is just going to introduce Movieplus. So it's the first time you've maybe seen Movieplus. I'm going to go through the different parts of the screen so you know what everything is. So right in the middle here, in this black section, is where you're going to see your video as you make it. And there's play and stop and fast forward and rewind controls down the bottom here. So that's where you can watch the video that you're making. Over on the right here is a media section where you can store resources that you might want to use in your video. You don't have to use them all, but there are lots of bits and pieces that you've brought in to use in your project. I've brought my video clips and some sound files in by going to Add Media, Import, and I've gone and clicked on the files that I want and chosen Open. And when I've said Open, they've appeared over in this media section here. So you need to bring all the resources you want into this media pane, and then you can drag them and use them in your video. As I said, you don't have to use them all, but there are lots of bits and pieces you can bring in and start making up your video. The video files show up as little video clips, and then down the bottom are some sound files, and they've got a speaker icon, so you can tell they're different. Down the bottom of the screen here is the timeline or storyboard. At the moment it's showing the storyboard and it says drop clips here, and that's how I can start building up my video in sections. So say I want this bird video to start off my sequence, I can just drop it down there by dragging and dropping, and there is my bird is now part of my video. I can follow that on with anything I like, so let's use this loop section and drop it down, and suddenly I've now got two sections to my video, and there's a little section in between which is called a transition. Now you can change what that is by clicking on it, and we're going to do some more on it later. Okay, and there's loads of different effects you can choose, but that is how it moves from one clip to the other. This same section down here is going to be really useful for adding text. You can have a whole sort of slide, if you like, or section that is text, and it's also useful for cutting up the clips and making them shorter if there's bits that you don't want, all sorts of things like that. If I go to timeline mode, the same video clips are here, but they're now shown how long, over time, from 0 seconds, showing how long they are. So this bird clip starts at 0 seconds, and if you move along it ends there, and then the second clip I've got, you can see is much smaller, so it's much shorter basically. That loop clip is a very short clip that follows on afterwards. In this timeline you can actually drag things to a specific point in time in your video, so you could bring a certain little effect in at a certain time, or you could shot the video against something that's happening in the song. The song, when we put it in, will show up underneath. In fact, I can show you that now. So it's got a sound file, and I put it in underneath, and again I can position it where I want. Let's start it right at the beginning, that makes most sense. So now I have a video which starts with the bird effect followed by the loop, and there is a song playing, and you can see how long the song is. So you can see that I'm going to need quite a few more video clips to make a music video, if you like, to go with this song. Okay, so what might be good is if you try and get that far, try opening the Movieplus practice file I've made for you with these clips in. Have a go at dragging some video in, and perhaps switching to the timeline, like I'm on here, and dragging in some sound. You might find that some of the clips, the video clips, if you put them in, and you can put them in either view down here, so you might find they've got some sound with them. If you don't want that sound, you can just click on it and press the delete key and it will go away. So you can, I'll just do that again for you, you can bring in a video clip, and if it's got sound with it, just click on the sound section, press delete and get rid of it, and then you can move the video footage where you want it to be. Okay? Have a go at that as far as I've got. That's your first little task.